Wondering Singh. Today I'm going to talk to you about why American-made jewelry is better than jewelry from overseas. And the three main points I'm going to talk to you about today is American-made jewelry brings more aid to the economy. It also is better quality. It doesn't tarnish as fast as jewelry from overseas. I have a demonstration I'm going to show you, or items to show you about that. And then also the last point is it keeps the environment cleaner. And American-made jewelry, by aiding the economy, it brings in more money, more people are hired in America, more money is moving throughout the society, cash in and out. But some of the main points I'm going to talk to you about are 4 main jewelry stores: James Avery, Natalie Forgot, and Tiffany's & Company, and Cartier. James Avery and Natalie Forgot are both American-made jewelers. James Avery started in 1954. Natalie Forgot is based outside of New York City, and it's predominantly the last 10 years she started, I believe. I couldn't find an exact date for you, but most of my information comes from Tiffany's & Co., Cartier, and Natalie Forgot's websites. And also, because James Avery and Natalie Forgot are both American-made jewelers, they take in mind metal allergies that most people in North America would have, such as nickel. So I'll be talking to you about some statistics today that I found from healthmed.com and also webmed.com. And the Health Beat Report had a really, really good case study on one woman. And so those are just the main introductory points. Now, James Avery and Natalie Forgot, both their companies, they recycle metal. And by doing that, they're able to save more waste products, whereas Tiffany's & Co. and Cartier, they would just, throw away their metals, just keep mining from outside places that have illegal working conditions. James Avery and Natalie Forgot use ethnically sourced gemstones, and these gemstones predominantly come from the Gemological Institute of America. Now, Natalie Forgot uses ancient metalsmithing practices, and it's more like glossy wax casting system. So most of her metals, they come from their recycled casting. She's going to put it in a wax base, and they're going to, from there, they're just transferred. They have 50 stores. So their main factory is in Manhattan, New York City. And then James Avery, all of their jewelry comes from Kerrville, Texas. He started mostly craftsmen, woodwork, furniture, and then he moved over to jewelry making in 1954. Natalie Forgot, she only uses ethnical gemstones, so only from legal working conditions. No one's being forced to mine these gemstones. No one is being underpaid, and every ethnically sourced gemstone, it comes from within America. They're not coming from countries from overseas, for where they're making those workers mine in areas that's going to cause a lot of pollution and contaminate water supplies. So that's how it keeps American-made jewelry keeps the environment way more safer. Oh, and Natalie Forgot also uses conflict-free stones, which is the general term for it. And James Avery only uses conflict-free diamonds. Tiffany's and Cartier both use, not conflict-free, they use diamonds that have predominantly come from these 7 different countries: Australia, Botswana, Canada, Russia, Sierra Leone, Botswana, and Namibia. These 7 countries, all the mining practices, before 2007, the Kimberley process had not overruled them, or they had not made those mining places legal to mine diamonds and gemstones of that nature. And so once 2007 hit, the Kimberley process was a system developed by multiple governments, and these governments allowed these places to be mined. So Tiffany's been using these places to mine their jewelry. Cartier, recently in 2007, they stopped taking their gemstones from Burma, because Burma is where all of their gemstones coming in, they were being misclaimed. So gemstones that were labeled Amherst, they weren't real. And so they had to stop using in Burma, and once Tiffany's realized this in 2007, they stopped using Burma as well to mine specific gemstones. But most of Tiffany's and Cartier, they take from these 7 places, and so it's not good conditions. They're contaminating and polluting these being underpaid and underworked or overworked. It's not good quality. Oh, and one of the things about the Kimberley process is the government is trying to cut back on conflict diamonds, and conflict diamonds are diamonds that were smuggled by rebels to use to finance war, and they want to stop this process. And Cartier uses a system called the system of warranties. It's kind of like a sister company to the Kimberley process. So they're basically the same two kind of governments, but Cartier only recently joined this system called the system of warranties. It's a sister to the Kimberley process. So before that, they were using illegal conditions in overseas countries. According to the healthbeat.com, they found a study on August 16, 2012, that that a woman was recently, she broke out in like a strong case of hives and like a strange rash, and she was on she just started a diet based on soy and milk and oatmeal, and those items were high in nickel. And so the doctor diagnosed her as she's been consuming too many foods with high increase in nickel. And nickel is an allergy that 15% of people have in North America have this kind of allergy, nickel allergy. And so when she was diagnosed with nickel, she ended up being okay in the end, but it was a big shock to her because she didn't realize that foods could be high in nickel. And based on these pie charts, they show that Tiffany's metals, they can't actually be traced back to any reliable source. Like, there's no documentation. 79% of Tiffany's metals, they can't be traced back. And then I have one more. And then I have two chains to show you real fast. This is a James Avery chain, and this is a costume jewelry chain. 95% of costume jewelry comes from China. And so I bought them at roughly the same time. They've just been in the same kind of area. And one has already started to tarnish. I leave them in the same place in my room. I haven't really taken them out, and they've just been there, and already one started to turn. And so that's one of the interesting facts. Oh, and last but not least, I'd like to show you Natalie Ferrero. They base everything out of New York City. James Avery comes from Kerrville, Texas. And in conclusion, the reason why American made is better over overseas is it gives more aid to the economy. It's better quality from the diagram or the demonstration, and also it's safer for the environment. Thank you.